Hello YouTube, this is Keith Kevin Ken. How you doing? How you doing? I hope you're doing well. It's time again for the knife of the day. This is the series that I started 175 knives ago. Monday through Friday, we're just looking at one knife at a time through my collection. And we've been, since that 175 knives ago, we've been starting with my Spyderco collection. We're still working our way through it. We're going to go through the whole thing and then move on to the rest of the collection. And today, the knife of the day is the Spyderco Manix 2, but it's the dark blue version with CPM S110V steel. You know, Spyderco released a wonderful series, I think two wonderful series of knives, almost back to back. The first was a sprint run series, and you'll see all of those knives on this channel. And I think I have already done one of them. I think the Dragonfly is on the playlist. That's the HAP 40 steel collection of knives. For the most part, the burnt orange collection is all sprint run knives, and they have that wonderful HAP 40 steel. And so, of course, they're sprint run. They're limited editions. They're for collectors. But then, close to that, they released a collection that this knife is a part of, and that's that dark blue FRN scale, or blurple, blue and purple, the internet called it blurple, G10 scale knives that have S110V steel. I'm talking about Crucible's S110V steel, just super steel. And these are production knives. They are not sprint run knives. Spyderco has done S110V before. In fact, they've done a Manix 2 before, but that was a sprint run. These are production knives. You can buy them now. There's a paramilitary 2 with the Blurple G10. There's a military with Blurple G10. There is the Manix 2, which has both the dark blue FRN scales, fiberglass reinforced nylon scales, as well as the Blurple G10, and the native. Again, I have the lightweight dark blue FRN scales in that, but it also comes in with the Blurple G10 scales. They're the knives built in Colorado. All of them US made knives, but what a wonderful knife. It's just great to have 110 S110V on a knife. It's wonderful to have it on a classic Spyderco knife. And for me, when the lightweight is offered, it's wonderful to have a lightweight knife with that kind of steel. So let's talk about the Manix 2. Again, I'll go over the other three later on in this Knife of the Day series as we move through the year. So obviously the big part is that the Crucible S110V steel. The Manix has that wonderful Spyderco leaf-shaped blade, and also that wonderful flat ground blade. Wonderful for splicing. Now you have a premium steel as well. And other than that, it's all Manix too, which I just adore. Of course, it has a 50-50 forward choil, which is a favorite of mine. I'm so happy that Spyderco does that. To place your finger where you can choke up on it. It has jimping going up the Spidey hole, as well as jimping in the choil, which they usually have. FRN scales, it's so light, and I love how they handle this with the Manix 2. First of all, it's the Spyderco lock. It's the bolt action lock. I'm sorry, the ball bearing lock. Sorry, not bolt action. My mistake. I always get those two. This is Spyderco's lock. It's the ball bearing lock, which is just wonderful. A lot of the ball bearing locks, it reminds me, it has nothing to do with the compression lock, except that it is a Spyderco lock, and it's just so, I mean, smooth, very smooth, really clicks in there. I really like that you cannot accidentally move this lock because, of course, your hand's not over. It's a very nice lock. It is Spyderco's own. And then the FRN scales with the texture, the bidirectional texture. FRN, fiberglass reinforced nylon, as I say every time I talk about an FRN scales, it's space age plastic. One thing Spyderco does with the Manix is they have this huge lanyard hole. Now, Spyderco has lanyard holes other places. I'm going to compare this to the Para 3 and the Paramilitary 2 at the end of this. And those are two knives, as well as the military, where they have sizable lanyard holes where you could fit in a full lanyard. I'm not a big lanyard person. I only use lanyard when they come with the knives, like my Chris Reeve knives. But it is a full lanyard. The clip, you guys know the wire clip is just my favorite clip. Deep carry wire clip. This is not as deep as some of the others. There is a good amount of this that pokes out. It is right hand and left hand, tip up only. Tip up only, and that's because of this ball bearing lock, not to get in the way of the lock. Just a wonderful knife. The Manix 2 is the perfect in-between size from a smaller to a larger. The blade is 3.4 inches. It has a 2.9 inch edge because of this choil. 8 inches total. So it's a very nice size. And I'll tell you, for a 3.4 inch blade, this is why you like the FRN scales. The total weight is just 3 ounces. It's just 3 ounces. It is so light for so much knife. Especially when you're talking about S110V steel. This, my friends, is the knife of the day. It is the Spyderco Manix 2. It's part of that special dark blue or blurple series of knives with Crucible's S110V steel. These are production knives. They are not sprint runs. They are available everywhere. Again, it's the Native, the Manix 2, the Paramilitary, and the Military. I will focus on those as we go further on. It's just a wonderful set. It's one that's available. You don't have to rush. It's not sold out like the HAP 40 and all the other Sprint Run series. I hope you're enjoying this series as we go Monday through Friday, walking through my collection one knife at a time, one day at a time. If you're enjoying it, don't forget to give me some likes. That is my inspiration to do this every morning before I run off to work late again. All right? Also, don't forget to subscribe. That helps me. And turn on your notification. Once you subscribe, hit that bell. I was just challenged on Instagram. By the way, the Instagram is at Keith Kevin Ken, just like this YouTube channel, to post my top 5 Spydercos. Oh my goodness. I went, are you kidding me? But I'm going to post that on Instagram probably this morning. And then I'm thinking about doing a video of it. I don't know when. I probably won't post it this morning, maybe later on today. But I will do a video as well. So that's why you need to turn on that notification. It'll be an extra video so that you don't miss any of them, okay? I rambled enough. You guys have a perfect day. Keep those pockets full. I appreciate each and every one of you. I know your time is the most precious thing to you. So thank you for giving me some of it. You have a perfect one now. Goodbye.